Hello everyone, welcome back to Hello Integration World channel. This is Umashankar Ratnala. In the previous session, we have covered the process of developing a BIP report and transferring the extract to an SFTP location. Today's session, we are moving forward to develop a integration that will automate the triggering of the BIP report and the insertion of the extract into ATP tables. Okay, we are just extracting the data from the BIP report and we are going to insert into ATP tables. Okay, let's get started. We already prepared a supplier extract report which contain data model and a report template. Okay, we place these files into our custom folder. Okay, so in order to develop this integration, first we have to identify your report path and your parameter. Okay, in order to get those details, just you can select your report and click on the more and schedule. Okay, so let me note down your absolute file path. This is the file path and this is your parameter name. Okay, so let me go back. So in order to run this report, open, you can pass the parameter, click and apply. Okay, this is the output of the format. Okay, so we will get this extract and we are going to insertion into ATP database tables. Okay, so now I'm going to extract the data in CSV format. Based on the output, we are going to prepare a database table in the ATP. Okay, so in order to get the extract, you can go here and you can generate CSV data format. Okay, so you can use this file structure, the CSV file, you can keep it in your local folder. Okay, this is the report. Okay, so based on the output, I am going to create a columns. Okay, let me show you. So here I have taken 8 columns: supplier name, supplier number, vendor ID. Okay, up to city I have created these columns. Now we are going to trigger the BA report and we can insert into this table, this custom table. Okay, so I already create this table in my ATP database. I'm going to create a integration to extract the data from BIP report and we can insert into ATP tables. Okay, in order to start this integration, we need 2 connections. First connection to create a SOAP adapter to access the Oracle Fusion SaaS application to trigger the BIP report, and second connection to access the ATP adapter to insert the data into backend table. Okay, so let me start with this integration. Click on the integration, click on integration. I'm going to create a new integration. So I'm going to select the schedule orchestration. Let me give the meaningful name USR BI extract insert ATP. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, you can keep version as it is. Click on create. Let me save this. So let me make it as horizontal. Okay, so in our BI report, supplier is the parameter, right? So what I can do, I'm going to create a parameter in the scheduling the trigger option. Okay, let me click here. Okay, click on view integration, edit integration properties. Okay, we will provide a provision to users to provide the supplier as a parameter. Based on the supplier name, they are going to get the extract, right? So I'm going to define a parameter in the trigger of this integration. So in this example, schedule is our trigger. Okay, let me click on the plus symbol. So our parameter is score supplier. Let me take it. Okay, I'm going to define the same parameter name. Okay, so I'm going to give some value for this parameter. Okay, so let me run this report for Dell computers. Okay, let me save it, close. Okay, So in this integration, we are going to define a couple of variables. So let me take an assign activity. So let me name it as assign variables. Click on create. So in this integration, so we don't want to hard code the values. Instead of that, we are declaring a variables. So the variables means like your absolute path of the report and your file format and everything, your parameter values, everything we can define in the variables. Okay, it is a good practice. So let me take a variable. Okay, so let me var underscore absolute path. Okay, so absolute path where exactly our report is located. This is our location of the report. Let me take it. Okay, validate and close. So one more variable where we are going to locate the output in the OIC virtual location, right? So I'm going to give the name var underscore OIC path. Okay, so here I'm going to give temp. Okay, so we are going to store the report extract in temp folder so that we can use this location for the further processing. Okay, so in order to store the data, we are going to use the stage activity. So that I'm going to create all variables before processing the other activities. Okay, and one more variable var underscore format. Okay, file format. So I'm going to give CS. We are going to generate the file format first CSV, and we can insert into backend tables. Okay, you can make it as a CSV. Okay, validate and close. And also var underscore chunk download, we are going to make it as a -1 within a single hit. We are going to extract the complete data from the Fusion SaaS application. Okay, so var underscore chunk download. So we don't want to hard code any values in the process. That's why we are creating a multiple variables. Okay, so var underscore chunk underscore download. You can click it. Click on edit option. Make it as -1. Validate. Close. Okay, and also we have to define our parameter name var underscore. Okay, so let me define the parameter. We have only one parameter 1. Just I will making as a var parameter 1. Okay, so I'm going to give the name as okay so p underscore supply is my parameter name. Okay, validate. Okay, so we are ready with all the parameters. Let me validate and close. Okay, now we are going to call the SOAP request. Right, we already created a SOAP request. Okay, save it. You have to configure the SOAP request in order to access the BIP report. Let me select USR. See, SOAP connection. Let me select it. So what do you want to call the endpoint? Just invoke, just give the meaningful name BIP report. Click on next. As you know, we have to select the run report. We are triggering the report. You have to select this operation. Click on next. If you want attachment, accept attachment in response, select it. Next. Done. Okay, so we have configured the BIP report. So we have configured the SOAP request. Now we are going to do the mapping in order to pass the values, okay, to the BIP report. Alright, so this is the mapper by default created here. Just click on edit option. I am going to assign the values from the source to target system. Okay, let me click on the target side, body, run report, click on the report request. You can see all the parameter values. Let me complete the main variable assignment. Okay, so in the initially you can see this attribute format. So we are generating into CSV format. We already declared a variable. Okay, you can map it where underscore file format to attribute file format. Okay, and also we can declare we can assign a couple of variables. Your report absolute path. So where underscore absolute path. Okay, this is the actual report of file path location. And also we can declare, we can assign one more variable, size of data chunk load. Okay, so we already declared here variable where underscore chunk load, chunk download. I'm assigning to size of the chunk download. Okay. Okay, now we are going to assign the parameter name values. Okay, click on here. Okay, within the parameter name value section, you have to declare your variable and also variable value. Okay, so within the parameter name value section, you can see the item. Within the item, you have name. Name is nothing but your parameter name. Okay, that is P underscore supplier. We already declared this value in the variable. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, right click, create a target node. Okay, so we already declare your parameter name, where underscore parameter name. We have declared our actual parameter name. Just you can map it. Okay, name is nothing but your actual parameter name. Okay, this is done, and click on here. So here you can see this something called values, right? Within the values, you have to define your actual value name, right? For P underscore supplier, what value you are passing. Okay, so we declared this value in the your scheduling parameters, so we can use that parameter value for assignment. Okay, let me go back. Okay, this is the item. So let me go to the integration properties. This is the P supplier. Okay, this value we defined at the integration property level. Your schedule integration property level, we define this parameter so that users who are using this report, they can dynamically submit the request. Okay, so P underscore supplier, I'm just making assignment to item. Okay, this value dynamically pass from the integration. Okay, so we are done with all the assignment. You can click on the validate. Okay, click on close. Save it. So let me activate this integration first. Tracking field. Save it. First let's test it. Close. Activate the integration. Activate it. If you want to see the your complete payload messages, you can deactivate once again. You can enable the tracing. So let me activate integration, enable the tracing. Okay, include the payload. Okay, activate this integration. Let me refresh it. Submit the integration. Submit. Okay, click on this. You can see. So now you can observe that. So sometimes we are getting the error like attribute limit 500 exceeded. Okay, this is the known issue. So what we can do in order to remove this error, okay, you can go to the mapper. Let me show you. Integration. Okay, let me deactivate this integration. Click on it option. Sometimes few instances there are unnecessary tags are opening, creating. So in order to fix this issue, you have to go to your mapper, and you can remove those tags, unnecessary tags. Okay, go to the code. Okay, you can see there are a couple of unnecessary tags are generating here in the application. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove these tags to fix this issue. Okay, so I selected those tags and remove it. Okay, you can just delete it. So I just deleted those tags. Let me validate. So it's validated successfully now. Validate and close. Okay, save it. Let me run this once again. Okay, activate. Submit the request. So now you can see that the report is successful. Okay, so if you go here, okay, so here you can observe message received from the invoke BIP report. Here you can see that the report generated the data in the bytes. It's a base 64 format. Okay, I have explained clearly in my previous video. So we need to convert this base 64 encrypted format to actual file format. Alright. In order to do that, we have to define a stage activity, and we can use the OPK schema. And also we have one more function called the base 64 reference function. By using that function also, you can convert it to actual format. So let me go back to integration once again. Okay, let me deactivate it. Click on it option. Okay, so let me take the stage activity. So what we can do, we can write that report output into OIC virtual location. Right, so let me take the stage activity here. Here let me stage write. Okay, so we are writing the report output into OIC virtual location. We already created a variable, right? So click on next. So we are writing the file in the OIC virtual location. You can select the write operation. Okay, here specify the file name, right? So click on here. So our file location. So we are going to specify the file name here. Okay, so either you can use generate with the timestamp. Okay, for now just I am giving there some meaningful name, supplier master data. Okay, .csv. Okay, in order to concat with the any date timestamp, you can just use the concat option. Okay, save and exit. Okay, here you can mention the your file name, how we are going to generate the file. Okay, and your output directory we have to store that file in the OIC virtual location. So we already create a variable. where underscore OIC path. Okay, you can use this. Okay, save, exit expression builder. Okay, click on next. Okay, now we are going to convert the base 64 encrypted format into actual file format, right? In order to do that, you have to go to the Excel schema documented definition, right? In my previous video, I have clearly mentioned that we have to use the XSD document, opaque schema.xsd file. Okay, so we can use that file and we can configure, we can convert that to actual format. Okay, let me upload that format. Click on next. Okay, I'm going to choose that format. So let me select that file. Okay, so it's located in the here. Okay, this is the opaque schema. Okay, select the opaque schema, click on next, click on done. Okay, save it. Okay, so let me complete the mapping. Okay, so open the invoke BIP report response. Here report generated with the data into report bytes format. Okay, so we can map the report bytes to opaque element. Okay, validate and close. Okay, so now we trigger the BA report. The report generates the base 64 format. By using the stage operation, we generated the file into CSV format. Now it is time to read that file, from the OIC virtual location. Right? In order to read the complete file, what we can do? Again, you have to take the stage activity. Okay, we have to configure the stage read operation. Okay, read stage file. Okay, click on next. Now I'm going to configure the read entire file endpoint, because we would like to read the entire file from the virtual location, right? Either you can, in case of your file size is more than 50 MB or more than 10 MB, then you can go for the read file in segments, right? So for now, for this testing purpose, I'm going to use the read entire file. Okay, specify the file name, what file you are going to read, right? So you can go to the here stage write file, right? Our previous configuration is the stage write file operation. Click on here, within the ICS file, click on load more. Within the properties, click on load more. You can give the file name as a reference. Okay, take the file name, save. Okay, exit expression builder. Specify the directory to read from. Already we have defined a variable virtual location. Okay, so OIC file, OIC path. We already defined the path in temp variable. Okay, save. Exit from the expression builder. Click on next. Okay, here you will have to define the your report output format. That means you are going to define the CSV file for determining the structure of the file content. So we already took the extract, right? Let me browse that extract, report extract. Click on next. Now choose the file. Okay, let me browse that file. Supplier report extract. Okay, enter the record name. You can make it a supplier record, and record set name, supplier record set. You can give any meaningful name. Okay, and make it as all as optional, and select one field as a mandatory. Okay, click on next, click on next, done. Okay, save it. So once we read the file, now this is the time to insert the data into our backend tables, right? This is the table which we are using in this example, right? We already created this table with the couple of columns. Okay, so already in this location from this virtual location we read the complete file, but our file contains the multiple values. In order to read each and every record, so we can use the for each activity to read the complete segments, right? So what I am going to do, click on here. Okay, you can use the for each. Okay, just bring the for each here. Okay, you can give the meaningful name for each. Okay, so from the read stage file, click on here. Okay, so this is the repeating element. Let's supply repeating element. You can just drag and drop the repeating element here. Okay, you can give the current element name. Just I'm going to give file element. You can give any name. If you want to process the files in parallel, you can enable this option. Okay, click on the create. Okay, within the for each loop we are going to call the ATP connection, right? Let me save it. Click on plus symbol. You can configure the ATP adapter. We already created a connection for this. So let me select the connection. Okay, select the USR ATP connection. Click on here. Okay, so what do you want to call the endpoint? Insert the data. Here you can see the different operations. So in this example, we are going to run a select statement directly. We can insert it. Otherwise, we can perform a operation on a table. We can do both activities. Just select the perform an operation in a table. You can use the insert operation. Click on next. Okay, schema, you can select admin one. So let me select the table name. This is my table. Okay, table name, search it. Okay, select this table. Click on import tables. Select any one column as the primary key value. Click on OK. Click on next. Click on done. Okay, save it. Now it is the time to do the mapping. Let me open the mapper. Okay, let me open columns. Open the file element. Now we are going to map the values, right? So we are going to insert out of all the columns. We are going to insert few columns. Okay, supplier name and supplier number. Okay, vendor ID, business relationship, tax organization type, supplier type, address name, country, address line 1 and city. Okay, validate, and also we have to validate it. Close it. Okay, so our integration is completed. So first we have invoke the BIP report, we pass the values, and we will convert the base 64 format into CSV format. Okay, and also we read the complete file. By using the for each loop, we iterate the each and every attribute. We insert the data into ATP tables. Okay, so let me save it and close it. So let me run the integration, activate it. Okay, now times to run the report, run the integration, submit now. Okay, submit. So now the integration is completed. Okay, so let's go back to our backend table and see whether the data is inserted or not. Okay, this is the for each activity. Okay, you can see the complete payload details here. You can go back to the backend tables. See, now you can see all the details from the report get inserted into the backend table. Right, this is how we are going to develop a integration. Right, in case of if you want to add any instance ID, any timestamp columns, you can just enable those columns. You can populate it through the OCI functions. Right.